All right, so welcome to another video, and today what I wanted to do is let you know that we have a new upcoming class coming soon. Now, this class is coming towards the end of the month, so this will be towards Easter time frame. And when you take a look at it, it's going to be called Market Seasons. We're going to start the class April 25th. It'll start 9:20 p.m. Eastern time. So those of you in the West Coast, California time, it'll be a little bit earlier. So that way, you know, for everybody kind of balances out on the time frames. If you're overseas in Australia, some people also join the classes in the morning. So we'll be doing the session on Zoom, so you can log in. I don't know how long the class will last. It might be 3 days, it might be 5 days. Usually it'd be about, about 4 to 5 days, I would guess. We go about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours a night, just because there's quite a bit of detailed information. And in this class, what we're looking to cover is just the different types of trades you can do in different market conditions. So if you really just look at markets in general, there's different types of markets. You might have like a normal uptrending market where stocks just continue to grind up. And in that case, the trading that you might do is a little bit different. And all of these things that we're going to be focusing on here will be options related strategies. So it won't be just buying stock and that is kind of it. We'll be really honing in and focusing on different types of option strategies for different types of market conditions. And we're going to hop on screen. I'll show you constructions of different strategies, what kind of may work a little better than others. It's not that any one single trade is perfect for any condition. It's just that there's different risks involved when the condition is maybe a normal uptrending grinding market. We'll look at how markets behave in each condition. We'll look at how to technically identify a certain market condition, the mindsets that those markets may have, and what to watch out for. And then what I'll do is share with you different strategies like, hey, what about selling puts in that condition? What about selling verticals? What about at the money verticals? What about butterflies and iron condors? How do they work? How do they function? What are some of the things to watch out for in those kinds of conditions? Or what about some of the protection things that you could do in those conditions and when to get them, like bullish calendars or reducing position sizes? How do we really get into all of that? We'll look at, hanging at the highs, like top heavy markets or markets that just been going up for quite a while. Let's say maybe 10 days or 20 days, or it could be a year or two. And what are some of the reversal things to kind of watch out for? Again, protected diagonals, bullish calendars, iron condors with put protection. We'll be looking at buying a put, how to think about those processes, how long to buy a put for, calendar bombs, bearish diagonals, and just much more. Then we'll look at sideways markets, like what are the things that you could look at doing in those kinds of conditions between theta iron condors or even gamma iron condors and long portfolio concepts. And then we'll look at nasty sell-off, panic markets. Obviously, these are one of the ones most fearful for a lot of people. How to approach that market, how to think about it, selling calls, back ratio spreads, spreading capital diagonals. And then finally, we'll talk about bouncing after a sell-off. So let's say the market tanks, sells off, like what kind of strategies might you want to do there and how to set them up? Because it's not just about, I've got a diagonal here or an iron condor there. It's also about how do I construct it? How do I manage it? And that's some of the stuff that we'll be covering in this class. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover, about 130 slides in general. And I've got some screenshots here as well that, give you some ideas with screenshots, but we'll also just hop on screen. So when we go in here in the trading panel and platform, we'll break it down. We'll say, hey, okay, well, let's take a look at, let's say the position of this and and how do we break this down or how do we construct it and why does it make sense to do this now versus in a different condition? So that's what we'll be covering in this class. If you want to go ahead and take a look at it, and if you struggle transitioning from, let's say, one market condition to another, it's similar to, hey, summertime. Let's just say in the summer, you're wearing a bathing suit. In the winter, you might be wearing a jacket. So that's the same thing here, is transitioning from one type of market to another. There might be just some nuances that you need to think about as you change seasons. And that'll be April 25th, 9:20 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to register, you can go to the tradersfly.com website and you'll just be able to scroll down. And then what you can do is hit the registration button, go to through the checkout. Once you're through the checkout, you'll get all the Zoom links, passwords, the dates, and so on. And if you miss it, even if you can't attend the live recording, this is set up as a discount right now, as a promotion to getting it during the live event time frame. So if you miss one of the days, maybe you're working, it's totally okay. You'll be able to watch the recording probably within the 24 hours. once we get it posted, and then you'll be able to have that class kind of for life. So it's a live session. You'll be able to ask questions. There's a lot of great content and material we'll go through, and it's just one of those things that people struggle with going from, let's say, a bullish environment to a bearish environment to maybe, you know, a toppy market, to how do we really trade those different kind of conditions, and how might we set up different spread strategies and that kind of thing. So anyways, hope you join me. Definitely check it out. Visit the website, or also check out some of the great freebies we have available on the Traders Fly website. You can click the link right over here and get those freebies, or subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. So check that class out, tradersfly.com. Link will also be in the description below, and I hope to see you there in the live class asking the questions.